So in this video, I'm just gonna show you the Rhino setup for this project, right? So um, I'm using Rhino 8, so the interface might be a little different, right? Uh, this toolbar might be, I don't know, might be a little different. Um, these tools right here in Rhino 7 are down here, right? So just slight differences between Rhino 8 and Rhino 7, but it should be all pretty much very similar. Okay, so the first thing we need to change is the units. You guys are gonna see the units you're working with down here. In this case, we're working by default. Um, we're working in millimeters, so we want to change that. So we're gonna type units, and then we want to be working in inches. So select inches and click OK. And then the units should change right here. So now just a few things we need to turn on. The first one is the ortho. So what's the ortho? Let's say that I want to do a line, right? So I'm gonna take line. I'm gonna start my line right here. So what ortho is gonna do, it's gonna restrict your movements to 90 degree, to 90 degree, to 90 degree movements, right? So if you guys see, I can only uh I can only create the line in 90-degree increments, right? So like you guys see right here. But let's say that I want I want to override that command. You guys can do this. You guys can press Shift, hold it, and then it's gonna let you move the line or whatever you're working with freely, right? So that's gonna override the ortho command, right? Um, the next one we want it's the O snap. So O snap, in my case, it's the options or the tools are right here, but in Rhino 7 they should be down here. So the ones we want are we want to check the ends, the near, the point, the mid, the intersection, and the perpendicular, right? So why do we want this? The O snap. So let's say that I wanna create a line. I wanna create two lines, one like this, then another one vertical, right? So let's say that I'm gonna turn this off for me, and I'm gonna make this viewport a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna turn off the O snap, and let's say that I wanna move this line from this point to connect exactly to the one on this line, right? So I'm gonna select it, I'm gonna type move, enter, and right now, it's really hard to to pick the exact point because it's not snapping to anything, right? So let's say that I decide that that's the point that I want to move it to, right? And then because we have the ortho command, we can only move this thing in 90-degree increments, right? So again, remember, we press and hold shift to override the ortho, and then right now I'm just estimating that that's the point I want to move it to, right? But if we zoom in, you guys are gonna see that it's not quite there, right? So that's where my O snap comes into play. So I'm gonna turn it on, and then we're gonna have the exit shift, and then move it. So I take move, and it's gonna snap to the end point, as you guys can see right there. And now I can move it exactly to this point, which is the end. And now it doesn't matter how much I zoom in, I'm not gonna see any gap or anything because the points are connected. Okay, so that's why we want the O snap. And then another one that you guys want is going to be the combo. So this is the combo, right? And what this does is it's very handy. So if we wanna move something in this case, this line, I can just click on this arrow and drag it up or down, or on the right one to move it left and right. But also, if we go to the perspective view, we have three ways of moving this: up, down, back, and front, and then right to left. So this is very handy. So to move things around, right? So we don't have to every time we want to move something, we don't have to just we don't have to type the command move, right? And then look, this is very interesting. What happens? So if I want to create in this case, I have a line, so I can create a surface from this line. So if I click on this little circle right here and move it down, let me go ahead and change the view to faded and create a surface, right? So again, we can create a surface, right? So these three options are gonna be very important for your project, guys, to start doing your project. So make sure you guys turn those on, and then that's it for this video.